Hello and a very warm welcome to this mid-innings show as we look at West Indies versus South Africa. And West Indies have scored 143 for 8 in their 20 overs. But South Africa will be happy with their bowling performance, especially towards the back end, having restricted West Indies for 143 after the kind of start Evan Lewis gave West Indies. I have with me Nikhil Narayan to discuss more about the match. Nikhil, I think South Africa would be happy with that 143. Do you think that's a below par total? 150, 160 should have been the ideal score?
Yeah, Meha, I think 160 would have been par, 155, 160, so 15 runs short. A tale of two halves. First 10 overs to the West Indies, great opening partnership courtesy Evan Lewis, and second half South Africa pulled it back brilliantly courtesy their bowlers, spinners and the fast bowlers. So overall South Africa would be the happier team going into the dressing room.
Also the pitch was slightly two-paced, but a better batting wicket than the ones that we've seen in the past in this particular stadium. But yeah, let's just take a look at first the West Indian openers.
Yeah.
You know, it seemed like they both were batting on different pitches. Absolutely. Because you had an Evan Lewis who was going after the South African bowlers every time.
Yeah.
6 sixes in his innings, and you can take a look at that. Evan Lewis, 56 of 35 balls.
Yeah.
Lendl Simmons was struggling out there. He took 6 overs to score just 16 runs.
Absolutely. So they faced the same number of deliveries, 35, and Lewis scored 40 runs more. So whatever good Lewis did from one end, Simmons negated that from the other end. A very, very poor innings from Simmons. See, if you score 16 of 35 balls in a T20 match, you're ineffectively, it's counterproductive, and this innings will sort of, this is the innings which will make West Indies, lose this match. It's that bad an innings.
Yes, I think he's played the last game after these innings is what I'm guessing from the way, I mean, if they end up losing this game, a lot will be about Lendl Simmons and the way he's batted, and he would have to face that criticism. But Chris Gayle and Pollard once again showing what they can do. A couple of more sixes and you would have seen score get up to 150, 160, and that's why we say West Indies is such a destructive side, because if either one of them get going, here at least South Africa was, their bowlers were good. Yeah. They restricted them, didn't let them get to a big enough total,
Correct. I mean, Gayle and Pollard weren't at their best. The wicket was also slightly slow.
Yes.
The ball wasn't coming onto the bat. Therefore, we didn't see them scoring at the rate at which they do. They got a couple of hits. Overall, one expected more from Gayle and Pollard, but Gayle hasn't been the player. We discussed it in the preview show also. Only one half century for the West Indies since 2018 in T20 I cricket. A very poor average strike rate of below 20, strike rate below 120 also. So he's not been the same player. Also, Nicholas Pooran continues to fail. He had a terrible IPL this year. He scored around 85 runs in 11 innings.
Yeah.
So again, he's not impressing in the middle order. Hitmyer didn't get much of a chance. Overall, I think West Indies with that batting lineup would be disappointed, especially after the start Lewis gave. It almost seemed like, it was Lewis and the other West Indies batsmen.
That's right. So 143 for 8 is what West Indies have scored. Can South Africa go and chase it? Well, they have Dew on their side and they have a good batting lineup, but there is this absence of Quinton de Kock. That's all we have for you for this presentation. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.